Hello, everybody. This is Off to Battle with Jeremiah Bork, and in this campaign situation that led to the battle, I had been trolled. Throg the Troll King decided that my Throt the Unclean army was a juicy morsel. I was ranked number 162 on the power scale, he was number 1. So he came down, wrecked. Well, he messed up one of my minor settlements. And after that, he hung around raiding, and I had my beat-up army that I changed by merging some units and spawning some more from the Flesh Laboratory. So I had a bunch of Rat Ogres. I originally had one of these mutant Rat Ogres, and now I had 3. And a little bit of other stuff. I had merged a few units. But I was the attacker. So there was a certain amount of challenge to try and lure his forces into a position where I could deal with them. And in particular, this boy here. This is what single-handedly made really sure that I lost that minor settlement battle. Because my forces just collapsed too quickly with the garrison for my reinforcing army to get comfortable. And besides, I'm new to Warhammer 3, the main campaign. I'm new to defending settlements. I had a couple of wolf-like units just sitting around here. But the main thing is that I was getting a few reinforcements here. I had a fair bit of winds of magic in this area, but it took a while. I had a Grey Seer here. I just wanted to make sure that I could get them safely to my own forces and try somehow to lure this Frostworm to me. Because, like I said, it was the presence of a flying unit that I couldn't handle easily that made ordinary tactics just impossible. And besides that, these ice trolls, they are vicious. And I just had no great solutions. So, in the interest of brevity, I am fast-forwarding here because I had to try a few things before I actually got somewhere. So you see here that we had, with our slingers, beaten up quite a few of their low armor units, which was my hope for actually dealing with this battle. And yeah, those clan rats summons, they basically just ran right away. I pulled in some wolf rats to try and do some extra damage, and it did do some, but this didn't shake the enemy out of their sit-street states, because they were not in any hurry to actually come after us. So after that, I was like, okay, what's it gonna take? So I started to grab my Grey Seer and see what I could do. Because he had the most basic element, the Warp Lightning spell. I wanted to use this Shadow Water because I wanted to make the Wyvern fly over it, but it's only a 20% speed reduction to small units. It really wasn't going to do that much for me. So realizing this, I just repositioned my forces a little bit more and like that. Eventually I had to just take the Grey Seer out and see what I could do with it. Because the main thing was, I had these 4 Skaven Slave Slingers, and they were going to be a key to help deal with the flying unit and help whittle down the unarmored Norskin units. But they were dodging my Warp Lightning, so I had to be a little persistent here. And insist, notice me, Troll Senpai. And now they actually started coming our way. They didn't behave exactly as I thought, and that's fine. I don't mind. So you see the mad flank that they're doing. This I had to respond to and find a way to deal with. And I didn't want them to end up in the trees where I couldn't do damage with my missile units. So I ended up having to reorganize my spears a bit and have my slinger units. I had a couple of micros with slings. And since they were just sitting there, the ice rolls really took it on the chin. And here we had the worm coming in, and these clan rats sucked it up. But honestly, that was one of my weakest units. So we went for the Grey Seer, but Throt here is the one with the actual anti-large toolkit. And it didn't take that long to get some advantage for the minor settlement being left there. I mean, if Throt had actually taken it and just settled down or socked it and then left something, if he was capable of that, that would have been one thing. But nope, we have a dead worm. A lot of celebrating going on. So then I had, all sorts of stuff going on here. Because I didn't expect clan rats here to hold out against particular creature. I just wanted them to last long enough so that I could actually send other units in to concentrate. And there was a little bit of work like that. And it became something of a mess, but that's fine. And my mutant rat ogres just went in and tried to just mess up the frog and do what I could. I had wolf rats coming in the back. I didn't expect much of it, because it's not like I was fighting Empire and going after crossbowmen and archers. That would have been a different situation. I mean, they're not quite as bad as Vampire Coast for speed, because the basic units are pretty fast. In terms of anything like cavalry, besides wolf rats, what is that? So yeah, we had a little bit of magical support coming in. But the main fight was just trying to whittle these guys down and see. They're not breaking with 3 models left. There's all sorts of carnage going on. As they tried to get a little bit more organized to actually finish off Throt. The regular rat ogres just were not all good. So, I did have the mutated giant versions. And eventually I got Throt over there. Here's a heavily wounded pathmaster. I couldn't do much. That's the Grey Seer. So at this point, most of the problem was just, and here's an interesting one. I didn't even know I could knock it down. But these mutant rat ogres were capable of knocking Throg down, and at this point, except for these ice trolls, I don't know what is it going to take to actually kill them. But at this point, the battle was essentially won by our side. And at this point, we just tried to run down Throg, and it took a while because of the knockdowns. It's very interesting that he could be knocked down like that, despite his considerable size. But eventually, we did succeed in cornering him and finally taking him down. And those ice trolls were just the bane of my existence. I didn't know what I could do to do more against them. So you see here that a lot of these units were not doing that much. Now, some of this was just going after Throg, and they didn't get much else done, but that's okay because I needed Throg. Anyway, there you have it. I was trolled, but I got even. Actually, the remnants of that army got a new lord and attacked me over the end turn. Because they attacked the reinforcing army, the capital Great Seer here, and his 3 units. But like he could see that my Throt army was ready to go in support. So they just got torn up. But that didn't make for much of a video. This has been Off to Battle, and here we are off to battle fighting the troll hordes again. Take care.